and it ended in a 1-1 result. And it appears a lot of Manchester United fans are not exactly ecstatic about the result, which I find to be a bit strange because, especially looking at the kind of results United has had over the whole season, I would have thought you would take a draw with Chelsea. I mean, looking at this United 3-0. We've had Brighton beat Manchester United at Old Trafford. We've had Liverpool beat Manchester United at Old Trafford, right? So if you're playing Tottenham, if you're playing Chelsea, who are in the conversation of the top four, let's make very certain of that. Let's be very clear about that. Yeah, they are definitely in the conversation of the top four, and if you're playing them at home and you are able to hold them, I think it's not such a bad result. But a lot of people are saying that, you know, many football pundits having chastised Eric Ten Hag so long for being the reason Manchester United was not playing well. His absence should provoke an instant, let's say, reaction from the players, which I find to be a bit how do you what should I say, overly utopian. Because look, let's be clear about it, right? Manchester United are in a very dark abyss at the moment as far as football is concerned. Manchester United, right? They they've made very terrible recruitment. They've made very bad choices with the managerial side. They stuck with Eric Ten Hag too long than necessary, right? And they have some players in the team who need to go out of the team. Now look at a player like Ruud van Nistelrooy, the manager who's just the interim manager. You don't expect him to conjure magic in what 3-4 days of being in charge. No. Yes, they did play very well against Leicester. Obviously, that Leicester side was a weaker Leicester side, was the reserve team. But Manchester United did show some kind of character in that game, had made a very convincing win. But then you think about it, right? People want things to change right now, instantaneously. But that's not the science of football, is it? Now I watched one of United fans on YouTube saying that Casemiro should play in a certain way. Vargas or not Vargas, Bruno, Rashford, these guys should play in a certain way, right? They're probably right that Manchester United should play in a certain way, play better. But the reality is, over the last couple of years, Manchester United have recruited players who are not at the level required to be at Manchester United, and you're gonna have to slowly get rid of these players out of the team before the team starts to rediscover its original skin. Now, look, a player, for example, I'll give you some examples, right? A player like Zerg, right? I'm not saying Zergi's a bad player, but I think it's a great disservice to the player to bring that youngster to Manchester United, a team of that kind of magnitude, to bring that youngster who had only what 9 goals, 11 goals in his former team Bologna as a striker in the Italian Serie A. Right, you bring that guy to Manchester United and you expect him to hit the ground running. It doesn't work that way, does it? It doesn't work that way. You need to bring players who are proven, players who let's say, even if are not proven, are there to learn from somebody else bigger in the Manchester United team, already pre-existential in a Manchester United team. Now that is not the situation right now in Manchester United, because they don't even have many established mentors at Manchester United right now. Who are they going to learn from? Rashford? He's struggling himself as it is. Bruno, same story. So who are they going to learn from? This is the situation. Now Eric is here saying that Garnacho wasted many chances. Exactly. Garnacho is also one of the youngsters who needs to be learning off a bigger star, or let's say a bigger mentor. But who is he gonna learn from? Rashford? Nobody. When Ronaldo came to Manchester United at 17 years old, Ronaldo had Ryan Giggs, Ronaldo had Paul Scholes, Ronaldo had Ruud van Nistelrooy, had Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Big names we're talking about in the history of football, in the history of English Premier League. So Ronaldo had people who he could actually feed off. Yeah, but this is Garnacho. What is he doing? What is he doing? Now, Benzema says United And Lemon Starburst says, what are you on about, bro? Who is Rashford? Lemon, we're talking about football. Rashford is the Manchester United forward. Yeah? Oh, Lemon. Well, you're invited to listen to our conversation, okay? Now, Gabriel says, that Zergzi guy did bomb. That Zergzi, okay, got this huge chance on a good counter and wasted it. Look, that Zergzi guy runs slower than I walk, right? His running is literally slower than my walking. How can a striker run that slowly? How did he get into Manchester United? Zergzi. Who is Zergzi? Now, I'm not trying to lambaste the player. I'm trying to say he's not a good player or anything like that. I'm not saying that. It's totally not his fault. That recruitment was an abysmal recruitment. How do you allow Zirkzee into Manchester United? Now, even if you're going to bring Zirkzee into Manchester United, you need to have a superstar, or let's say a big mentor there to teach or mentor Zirkzee. Who is that at Manchester United? There's nobody there. Yeah, there's nobody like that. There's nobody there. So the guy is struggling. The same story applies to Hoyland. Now that guy looks like he's gasping for air every single minute. He doesn't know where to look. He looks around. It's like in the middle of the sea. He doesn't know where to get salvation from. What is the situation? There's nothing remotely appropriate about that. You see? So with Manchester United situation, all I can say, really and truly, is that the fans need to be patient. The manager, the incoming manager, we need to be extremely patient with him. He's gonna do a great job. I have no doubt about that. He's gonna do a great job if there is not too many negative publicity about him. If he's not targeted by the old players like Paul Scholes, like Gary Neville. I heard Gary Neville today in an interview saying that great managers and great players have come to Manchester United, and the team has been a graveyard for these players. That is absolutely spot on. But I do think that they have contributed to the team being a graveyard because they have consistently targeted these players, these managers, and they have influence. Paul Scholes, Gary Neville, Rio Ferdinand. These people have great influence on the Manchester United fan base. What they say is Bible. You know what I'm saying? So with that kind of thing, I think it has affected many players, it's affected many managers. Yes? So if they are going to be more positive with the manager, more positive with the players, most definitely, I have no doubt that you're going to do really well, Manchester United, because the coach is indeed a very charismatic, very competent, quality coach. Yeah? Hopefully, he's able to turn things around. Yeah? But for Manchester United fans saying that Ten Hag should have changed things, or Ruud Van Nistelrooy should change things right now. Look, Van Nistelrooy, first of all, is not even the caliber of manager to manage Manchester United, which is why he's assistant manager and not the main manager. Yeah, he's not going to be able to change things. The crop of players at Manchester United right now is going to take a miracle for any good manager to even pull good, or let's say an average result from them. I'm not saying that they're bad players, but they've been through too much. They have that kind of let's say psychological baggage from being through so much, especially Eric Ten Hag in recent years. So I do think that Manchester United, they need the new manager to come in quickly and fast, but at the same time, they also need to be patient. Be patient, guys. It's not like the players are intentionally not playing to a certain level. It's not like that. It's just that the manager, the manager at the time couldn't motivate the players to get the best out of them. Obviously, players have their own individual quality, but they need to play within a certain structure. And with this current situation, how it's been with Ten Hag, how it is right now, that structure has not been adequately sufficient. Now, with the progression of time, I have absolutely no doubt, especially with the inception of the new manager coming in, changing things around. If he's able to do that, then he will provide that kind of rigid structure Manchester United's players will fit into with their quality and obviously be competitive again. But with the current situation, with Ruud Van Nistelrooy, who is definitely not at the level required at Manchester United as a manager, look, we need to manage our expectations. That's what I can say. Casemiro is not gonna become the Casemiro of Real Madrid overnight. Bruno Fernandes, we know his quality, but he's not going to be able to play his best game overnight, especially after everything that he's been through, or the whole team as a unit have been through in the last 1 year. So let's manage our expectations and take things one at a time. And slowly, I have no doubt that Manchester United will rediscover its former glories and be triumphant again. So we're going to leave this here. But before we go, a lot of Chelsea fans have also spoken about Enzo Fernandez. Yeah, Enzo Fernandez. It appears, I mean, my gut feeling is he probably doesn't want to play for Chelsea anymore because his passion is gone now, his commitment is gone now, his his quality. I don't want to say his quality is gone now, but evidently what we see on the field is not the same as we used to see. Even in times where Chelsea was struggling, and then you realize that Chelsea actually plays better when he's not playing, which is quite strange, especially looking at the kind of hype and price tag he came in with. So, it makes it a bit difficult to yeah, to think about what is going on with Enzo Fernandez. But Chelsea look like a decent side. Chelsea will definitely do well with the progression of time. They are definitely in the top four conversation, no doubt about that. Manchester United, with the new manager, probably can return to the top four conversation. Aston Villa is there, Tottenham Hotspur is there, Newcastle is there. So we have a very interesting season ahead of us. Yeah. So we're gonna end today's video here. If you have any comments, if you have any ideas, you can let me know about what you think of Manchester United. Yeah, I most definitely think that the fans need to be patient. If they want to rediscover themselves, they need to be patient with this manager, Ruud van Nistelrooy, and also the incoming manager, um, Ruben Amorim, and give him about a year or so to put the team to a certain level again. That's what I really feel, because it's not going to be easy. The United job is an incredibly difficult job. It's the impossible job. You see, we've had many top managers who've come in and tried to fix things, but it's gone wayward. It's a very difficult job. Just let's give the man or the players, the players and the manager the time they need, and I'm sure the manager will definitely ship out a lot of players. A player like Garnacho, he's a good player, but he definitely needs more quality around him so he can feed off them. He can learn from them. Hoyland, he looked like a good prospect to me about last season, but this season I don't really know what's going on with him. Anthony definitely needs to leave. We are gonna make a video about players we think should stay and players who should leave in the Ruben Amorim era. All right, okay. You can just type some names of players you think need to leave Manchester United. Can you type some names of players you think need to leave Manchester United as Amorim comes in? Anyone? Okay. All right, guys. Let's end today's video here. We will continue on Champions League night. All right. Okay, guys. Have a good week ahead. Adios.